Hello, and it's welcome to Towels. So, what have you been doing today, people? I want you to comment and let us know. There's been only one person who consistently comments.
Leanne, sorry, not Michelle.
Leanne consistently comments. Thank you, Leanne. If people could follow Leanne's example and comment on what we put up, we might actually get some content sometimes. We had something very strange a little while ago. We were sitting in the living room putting on our makeup for Tales from the Toilet Bowl. There's a strange light in the sky.
It went that way, then it went that way, then it went that way, and then went that way again.
Yeah, we don't know what it was.
UFO.
Have you seen strange lights in the sky?
It's a UFO.
Have you seen possible UFOs? So let us know. I think it might have been a drone. Because we've got a lot of idiots.
It's quite high though.
Things like that. Well, drones do go high.
Why would anyone want to film the gardens at this time of night when you can't see anything?
That's why it had a light on it.
It didn't know, it was flashing.
I don't know.
UFO.
Anyway.
The aliens see if the coronavirus has killed off all the humans, that's what it was.
Yeah, we get strange lights in the sky. This is East Ham, welcome to East Ham, land of strange happenings. So, what have you been doing with your day? I've been hand washing.
I went to no, I didn't go to shop, I went to shop here. And I haven't done anything. Hey. Oh yeah, I was sorting out a wig. Yeah, I got a wig.
Yeah, I've been hand washing.
And I was hanging it out for you.
Hanging it up in the bathroom. Great fun.
Well, I got this wig and it's purple and black and it's a bit tatty. So I was sorting it out and it's still a bit tatty, but I'm not going to give it, I'm not throwing it away because it's my wig.
I mean, I think that one of the great joys of life must be hand washing.
You're just going to go on about hand washing all night now?
Yeah. My hands are suffering for it, look.
Yeah, I've got to do my kickstarting exercises again today. It's just
Hmm.
occurred to me, I've got to try and do my exercises with these nails on. Wow. I didn't think it through. Look at the length of those. I've got to try and exercise with those on.
Oh, you'll manage it, you can understand.
I've never been this long before.
Well, they're not ping offers.
Ping off all over the floor and hit one of the cats up the butt, probably.
Well, yesterday I was going to review these and Katie said I'm run over time, so I'll do it today. Hold on.
I'm just smiling at the fishes.
Smiling at the fishes. Yeah. Right, as usual, it is Zoflora. We have Twilight Garden, which is an all year round one, and we have Festive Fireside, which is one of the limited edition.
It smells horrible.
Right, well, Twilight Garden first. Smells like a garden at twilight, apparently.
So in other words, you go out there in evening and smell the garden.
Well, it doesn't smell like cat poo.
It smells quite nice actually. It's
Yeah,
nice
it's
one.
quite a nice one.
My mum just like breathed in my face.
Sort of. Well, at least it doesn't smell that bad. It's slightly floral, but
It's a
not bad.
garden.
Yeah, but it's not like the old florals of flora, which is.
I don't like this one. It smells like puke. It smells like vomit.
It does. Right.
Yeah.
I would say apple, cinnamon and clove more than anything else. Because it's a festive fireside. I mean, once...
Okay, hang on. It smells like Jägermeister.
Once we had a festive one. And it was an orange one with clove and cinnamon and stuff. And I don't know how or why, but Kaylee had festive fags. Do you remember those
Yeah, they were
festive fags?
god awful. But yeah, they tasted like
I
Zoflora.
don't know how that happened.
That smells, if you smelt Jägermeister, that smells like Jägermeister. Now, I love Jägermeister. I love to drink Jägermeister. I don't like to smell Jägermeister.
It's not an offensive smell. it is very cinnamony and woody because it's a Christmas one, and the Christmas one is usually.
If you're drinking Jägermeister, obviously you have to smell it, and that smells like Jägermeister.
I think it smells more scenty than Jägermeister, but you can smell the cinnamon and clove, which is what Jägermeister, I think it's.
Jägermeister.
But yeah, they're the Zofloras we got for the festive period, and
They're not, because you know they're going to be used
yeah, they're
before
not
then.
going to last that long. I mean, as it is, I'm hanging out that enchanted blossom or whatever it is, because it is so gorgeous. I'm trying to make it last.
Midnight Bloom.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it last because that is really lovely. That
Enchanted what now?
enchanted blossom. I thought it sounded like that anyway. But it is absolutely lovely, that one, and that was that limited edition one that Kaylee found.
I will apologise. I'm not very family friendly this evening. Because I'm going to do some pictures after I've done this. So I'm not family friendly right now. I apologise. I have a corset on.
So, what have you been doing with your day? Are you not family friendly tonight?
It's just me. I tried to wear this. This is my choker that I got from Killstar last year, I believe. But there's an issue with it. It's stiff. And if you wear it, and obviously, because I've got boobs, it moves and it goes like that. And it does like that. It doesn't come down again. So I usually end up, it's like that. It's really weird. It's pretty weird. I've got to loosen it up. So if you see me periodically doing this, it's because I'm trying to loosen up the pentagram on it.
Could always put a little bit of Vaseline on it.
No, it's just weird. It doesn't like to move.
That's why you put a bit of Vaseline on your butt.
No, it's when it gets it's stiff there.
Yeah, you put the Vaseline here, then you go like that, you put a bit of Vaseline there, and then you go like that, and then you start doing that and it'll move.
Or I could just sit there going like that. But yeah, I haven't got my eyelashes on today because I came downstairs after I made myself obscene and I tried to put them on and they wouldn't stick. I didn't realise that you have to put them on as soon as it dries. I thought you could leave it. Evidently not. So that is, and I have an issue now with metallic, no, I keep saying metallic, magnetic eyelashes, and that is they don't stick if you've had the eyeliner on for a while.
So what do you people think of the new lockdown?
No, I think it's crap.
I think that they're going about it all wrong, but then that's just...
Right, I'm going to say something. I'm going to do a post about this on Facebook and Instagram. If you have a favourite band or any sort of artist or a model, I am, or an actor or something like that, someone who sells merch, please buy their merch now. They need it because they're not getting any work. Concerts are being cancelled left, right and centre from this year and next year. If you have an artist that you like, support them. Right now is the time you need to support them because they are getting nothing. Like, they're not getting paid because they're not working. They're writing new albums, granted, but they can't release the new albums because they can't do a release party or anything like that because of the COVID-19 lockdown and everything else. So if you have a band that you like, please, I cannot stress enough, buy their merch, buy albums, download their music, anything. Just give them a little bit of money because this is ridiculous.
I'm supporting Apocalyptica.
If they're doing an online concert and you have to pay for the tickets, pay for the tickets. Watch the concert because anything's helping right now, and they've got themselves, their roadies, the sound crew, the engineers, everything. They still work together. They still have to pay them, although they're not on tour at the moment or whatever. They still have to pay all these people. So please, just buy merch,
Support your favourite band.
buy albums, do everything that you can just to support them. And I am pushing this out because it's driving me mad.
Support your favourite band.
Yes, and just make sure that you buy it because I bought a t-shirt from Bloody and Tears because not only do I like the band, but they're my friends.
I'm buying Apocalyptica's back catalogue.
They're my very close friends. I've been friends with these people for like over 10 years. So please, I cannot stress enough. Buy merch, download songs. If they're doing an online concert, buy tickets. Just please help them because they can't continue if they are getting nothing.
Especially stage actors who work on stage, because the fact of the matter is, because the theatres are closed
Yeah.
and have been for a long time, the actual stage actors are really feeling it right now.
And like, I have actually spoken to some people, and they're pretty much broke at the moment because they can't perform. Everybody who performs on stage is missing the stage, especially musicians and stuff. I mean, my friends, Blood and Tears, I've told you about them, they are missing being on stage. They are having a really hard time at the moment, and just, if you've got a t-shirt from your favourite band, buy another one. I mean, it's what, 30 quid?
Buy one for a friend.
That sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but just think of what you're doing. You're helping them out.
Well, at the moment, I didn't buy a lot of music. I usually just put YouTube on. But I'm actually, at the moment, buying Apocalyptica's back catalogue. Because I love Apocalyptica, as anyone who watches this channel will know. And I've done for a long time, so I'm gradually buying their CDs. We've got quite a few now, so we're just steadily getting those. And various other merch that they're putting out. Like,
you haven't bought any of their merch yet.
Photo books.
Oh, I bought that, yeah.
And photographs of them that are signed and things like that. So there are various things you can actually get. So.
And Ash Costello, from New Year's Day, she actually does Ash's Closet, and every year or every few months she will get a load of stuff and she'll sell it off. Floor Jansen is selling some of her stage outfits. This is how bad it's got. Like, they're selling their stuff to try and get enough money to live. And if you buy a t-shirt for like 30 quid, that can feed them.
We know that
it's like an auction up here, isn't it? They'll feed a child.
We know they're getting money from royalties.
Yeah, but that's not a lot. That's pennies.
Well, to be honest, if you're a writer, you do quite well. But if you're not, if you're just the singer or whatever, or the drummer or something like that, then you're not going to get as much royalties as the one who writes the stuff. So, you know, support where you can.
Yeah, because this is getting silly. And they keep putting the lockdown, they'll say, oh, it's off, and then they'll put it on again. And obviously they don't know where they're going at the moment with it. So they could go, oh yeah, we've got this tour booked, and then they have to pay for the venues, and then they get the money back on ticket sales. There's no ticket sales, so they'll pay for the venue, and then they've lost that money because they've either A, had to change the dates, or B, they've had to cancel it completely. So just help them out.
And another thing I'm going to try and plug is a lot of people, because of COVID, have lost their jobs and have become unemployed. And if they've got an animal, the animal's one of the first things to go because of vet bills, etc., etc. Now, as the RSPCA has been saying, there have been over 1 million animals handed into RSPCA places because people can't afford the vet bills. So if you see a Christmas pill for that, try and help out. We know it's a stressful time, it's Christmas coming up and we're all skint, but just try to put in a few bob.
And also, if you do have an animal, and you have one animal, you can sign them on with a PDSA and they get all their medical stuff for free.
Only if you're getting housing benefit.
But obviously, it's free, but they do ask you to donate.
As I say, if you're getting housing benefit. Now, I know that some people have consistently worked for years and years and years, paid off their mortgage, and they own their own home. They will not be entitled to PDSA treatment. So, you know, please try and get some money into these people when you can. I know that a lot of people have been made unemployed. Money is tight, Christmas is coming, but there is child.
There you go, hang on. So, okay, maybe not for the animals, which I hate saying, you know me and animals, but if you've got a friend or you've got a member of your family who have a favourite band, buy them some merch.
And I know that out there at the moment there is child poverty. There's the buy a gift for an underprivileged child. There is help the homeless.
See all these things for people. What's for animals?
Will you wait a minute? There is the RSPCA Christmas Appeal, which is on every year because they want animal food and animal products.
Still don't
There are
complain about
all
it.
these charities saying, please give me your money, give me your money. We are just appealing on behalf of musicians and actors. I know you think, oh, musicians and actors, they've got tons of money. Ordinarily, I would say, well, yeah. But at the moment, the more underground bands, the ones that are not that well known,
Blood in Tears.
Vlad in Tears, even Apocalyptica in some cases because they're better known in Finland than England.
Yeah, but they get quite a lot of money
Yeah, I
from
know,
the sales
but
in
I'm just,
Finland.
I'm just trying to think here of
Well-
lesser known bands, but because they're lesser known, we don't know who they are.
My friends, Blood in Tears, they in Germany, and the reason they went to Germany, I'll tell you a bit of backstory of them if you want to get into them. They're really, really good. They lived in Cassino in Italy.
Spell like boy and
Yeah.
fuck.
But unfortunately, if you're a band that is unknown in Italy, it's very, 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 very hard to get A, gigs, and B, recording space. So they moved to Germany. And they're doing okay. I mean, they've done gigs and stuff. I think they did a world tour once. They've done one in England and I missed it and I was really annoyed. But they have, they're still not the best known band on the planet. But I'm trying to help them out, and this is why I'm pushing that message out there, because Dario did it, but only the people that know Dario got the message. And the people who are actually following Blood in Tears got the message. So I have a different group of friends, obviously, so I'm pushing out the message. Please help them. They need it. And help the animals, because they also need it and they can't cry out for help.
But, I mean, I wouldn't say bands like, performers like Rita Ora and that, because she's still getting radio play, so she's still getting royalties from that. But I haven't heard Vlad in Tears
Hang
on the radio.
No, they don't. But if in Apocalyptica get played on the radio in Finland, they're doing okay. They haven't said anything.
Nightwish.
Nightwish also, they are getting money, but Flora is actually selling their outfits as well. But they are getting radio play in Finland and also in Lanzarote. As are Reckless Love. Vlad in Tears do not get any radio play. They might in Germany, I don't think they do though, because from what I've seen, Berlin and Germany is more of a techno country than anything else. Strange, mind-blowing. But as far as I know, Blood in Tears, they don't... no one's reviewed them online apart from us. They're not very known at all. And I just want people... Because I don't want them to go through issues of not being able to eat. Because obviously they're my friends. So it's sort of like... This is a very delicate subject for me because they're very close friends of mine. So help them, please. And even if you listen to their music, and you think you like it, just buy a t-shirt or anything. They've got loads of merch. They've got bags, CDs, loads of CDs, everything. And the CDs are not at a high price at the moment because the last one they had out was this year. And I know you can get it on eBay for like £6, I think. But try and get it through the official website because that helps them out more. But they've had quite a few albums out. They've got merch, they've got bags, which is still merch, I know, but they've got CDs, they've got merch. They're on Spotify, so just please help them out.
Yeah, because at the moment this is a difficult time.
Give them a follow on Spotify.
This is a difficult time for stage actors and performers and just about
Models.
everyone, really. Models, just about everyone. People who you would think of as usually well off at the moment are not, because they can't perform, so they're not doing their jobs, so they're not getting paid for jobs. So
I mean, yeah, Chris is still writing, but he can't do anything because they don't have their own studio. I mean, he's writing songs and performing them at home, putting them on Instagram and that.
So
you don't get paid for putting your videos on Instagram.
Let's get some help out there for these people.
Yeah. And Leanne, you said you like Blood in Tears. Buy a t-shirt. Just a t-shirt. I did it. Let's start a trend here.
Or a CD.
Yeah. Start a trend. Let's.
Leanne loves buying CDs.
I know.
She used to buy trunk CDs all the time.
You
So.
buy a CD, go online, go on bloodandtears.com, buy a CD, you know. And also, they do like, if you're in Germany, which I'm not, but if you're in Germany on certain dates, they'll do like, when they've got one, they'll do a party for the upcoming album, and it's free to get in. So you can meet them and stuff. They're really nice guys. They are lovely. I know them for a long time, and they are really nice.
I know them long time.
I know them long time. That's what I was going for. I have known them for a very, very long time. They are very, very nice guys. They are really, really sweet. And at the moment, they just need some help.
As does nearly everyone at
Yeah, I know, but not everyone's my friend. They are.
I know, but as does nearly everyone at Tom
Yeah.
Hollis, so.
But, you know, if you can help them, please do, because they're not very well known. They're a small band. And I'm trying to push them out a little bit, because they need this.
Yeah, there are these bands out there that are not that well known, and they are not actually getting any income at the moment, so.
I don't know them, or I would promote them too. But I know Bloody and Tears.
You know, try and help out where you can. No, I ran over on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't a rant, I was just.
Yeah.
Informing.
So, I mean, is there something that you feel pretty passionate about this time?
Obviously, I would, because I'm a performer as well, so.
I mean, my niece found an alpaca that they've called Pumpkin, and she's bottle feeding it at the moment, him, his little boy. So, you know, try and stick up for the animals as well.
Yeah, clearly, but I'm just saying, you know, like, animals need help. Struggling bands need help. I mean, like, not the big bands, like. I'm trying to think of metal bands that are big. Okay, Bullet for My Valentine. They're doing alright. Iron Maiden doing fine. Metallica, things like that. They're all doing fine. You don't need to buy their merch because they've been going for years and years and years, and they are doing alright. But smaller bands, they're the ones that you need to, you know, think, oh, well, hang on.
And what the hell is going on? It's 2020. Why are the people hungry? You know, this is ridiculous. You know, it's 2020. People shouldn't be going hungry. You know, so.
It's 2020. People should learn not to throw animals out, but you know they don't.
I know, but I just don't understand why people in this day and age are going hungry. I don't understand why in this day and age you've got so many people that are on the streets.
Ilford's the worst place, I think.
Ilford is terrible for it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
and it's not a safe place at night time either.
I know, but, you know,
I used to work there.
It is pretty disgusting what's happening in the world, and I don't know why, but. And lockdown.
Just a second, you've got them people who are like, you know, they've been on the street for years, and you try and sort of push them back into civilization by giving them a flat, and they can't deal with it.
True, there are these people out there, but you know what's going on? You know why is all this happening? And yeah, it's suddenly but lockdown. Where are they gonna go?
And they're saying, oh, lockdown's great because, you know, it's not going to spread the coronavirus. Well, they can't afford a bloody mask, can they?
Schools are open still. How is it stopping the coronavirus? Don't work it out. I mean, I know kids don't really, the virus doesn't really affect them that much, but they can be carriers. They'll have no symptoms at all, but they can be passing it on to people.
And the teachers.
And teachers. And you won't know for 14 days. And some people can have coronavirus with very few symptoms, and they haven't even got a cold. So, how do you know? I know that my sister lives in Yorkshire, and they've got a testing station.
Why don't they have that everywhere?
Why do they not have that in London?
Because London's overpopulated, probably.
London is overpopulated, but isn't that more reason?
Well, you would think. But also, another thing that's annoying me is if they're so worried about this coronavirus, close the borders. That's what you need to do. if you're going to do lockdown, you need to completely lock down. You need to close the schools. You need to
Close borders.
close the borders. But you're not. You're just closing shops.
And I know that shops are one of the biggest things of getting people out, but you know it's ridiculous. Yes, close the bars, close the shops, but non-essential shops is a bit of a broad spectrum. Now, an essential shop is someone that sells medicines and food.
Yeah.
Superdrug sells medicines and some food.
Not essential though.
I don't consider it essential.
Boots is not essential.
No, pharmacies. Yeah, if it's a shop with a pharmacy, maybe.
Hmm.
But why have the shop open? Just just have it so as you can go to the pharmacy and that's it.
And also, sorry, I have lipstick all over my face. If you go into a shop, and I'm saying this, and I shouldn't be saying this because I can't breathe in my mask, but if you go into a shop, you should wear your mask. But when you go into a shop and they tell you to put your mask on, then you don't let 5 people in afterwards who don't have a mask on.
Yeah, and when you get the security
It's not
guard actually shouting at you
Hmm.
about putting on a mask, and he hasn't got masks that he's handed out or anything, he's just screaming at you to put a mask on. If you don't have a mask, what are you supposed to do? Luckily, I carry my mask in my pocket,
I would, but mine's upstairs being washed.
but I can't
Got
see.
lipstick on it.
I put my mask on, I'm blind.
I can't breathe. And
Well, I
I'll tell
can't
you what,
breathe properly,
when I
I'm
went into
just-
Primark, it was so hot in there.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I had kept my mask on, I would have passed out.
Yeah, because people putting their mask on to come in and then just taking them off again.
It was so hot in the
And
shop.
I'm not one of these people that can have my mask dangling from one ear because it doesn't work. I've got too much going on
And-
behind there.
Also, another thing is, it was not that cold out, was it? It wasn't cold. Why have the heating on full blast?
Because they do that.
I had to take my coat off and walk around with it on my arm. And my coat is not light.
I could understand it if they had their fitting rooms open, but they don't.
No. Fitting rooms are all closed off.
There's no reason for it to be that hot in there.
They're just trying to get people out. But the workers must have been sweating their butts off.
Well, they were, and that girl that was serving us who had a mask on, she kept going like that. And then put it back on.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, you're making your staff suffer.
And incidentally, to anybody who does go in Primark, and I'm going to say this, and I might upset some people, and I really don't care. In Primark, there are 2 disabled tills. Those disabled tills are for disabled people. If you see people going to these tills, don't automatically think that they're pushing in front of you. They're not. They are going to the disabled till for a reason. They may be partially
She's got,
sighted,
some people were moaning about mum using the same.
but they wouldn't tell me.
No, they're just
They're
moaning.
sort of moaning to the person next to them. Tell me. I will happily tell you that I'm disabled and that's why I use that disabled till. And that is why there is no queue there.
The thing is, I heard them talking as well. Yeah, but that other guy who was on that till before us, he wasn't disabled.
No, but I've got the badge to prove it.
Yeah, but he was not. You could see he wasn't disabled.
I am partially sighted and I go wonky a lot. And I can't stand for long periods of time. So yes, I went to the disabled till. Yes, I did cut in a massive queue of people that was stretching back about 3 aisles. But that is what the disabled till is for. It's for
Sometimes
disabled
I have to take my stick with me because I can't stand for long periods of time in a queue because I'm just standing there still. I can't do it. And also had the basket and that was killing my arm. And sometimes I have to go to the disabled till and they moan about me. And I've usually got my stick. If I'm going to Primark and my back is playing up, I will take my stick and people still complain.
But, and this is a funny thing, I have been disabled now for about 15 years. I didn't even know there was disabled till in Primark. I only found out about disabled till 2 years ago.
When I went in there with my stick and someone said there's a disabled till there.
Yeah. A member of staff actually told her that there was a disabled till there and she didn't have to queue.
Yeah.
So, if you do see people going to that disabled till, don't stand there and complain about them. It's obviously because they are disabled.
Unless that guy wasn't disabled, that's what I'm saying.
I know, but then again, they were trying to thin that queue because it was big. And they were just saying, come to till whatever. I mean, yes, we did have to queue.
But I've seen people go to that till who are disabled as well.
Yeah, but we did have to queue. Because, as I say, both disabled tills were in use. So we did still have to queue. It was just a totally different queue, which was a lot shorter than the queue for the tills anyway. So. But don't complain about us, because we're disabled and we're entitled.
I don't always use the disabled till. It's just when I've got my stick, I have to, because I can't stand for long periods of time.
And I have to use disabled till because I can't.
It is good when I go in there with her, though, and, like, you know. Because she uses the disabled till all the time, but I do queue sometimes. I'm not a complete bitch. I don't go in and go, oh no, I need
Look,
to...
if I thought I could stand for long periods of time, I would have queued up like anyone else, but... And sometimes I'm having a really bad MG day like I'm having right now, and I can't see where I'm going, and I don't know what I'm
the
doing.
medication gives you a weak bladder as well, so you have much fun.
Yeah. And it's not good.
You can't be standing there in a puddle, don't let her go to the till.
No, so, you know, they're there for a reason. And that's why people like me have to go there, so...
And me when my back goes
Don't
up.
complain about us.
But it's quite funny, you see like this young person going there with a stick. Loads of people have criticised me, I don't really care. Because if I'm having a bad back day, I'll take my stick with me.
I've seen little girls and little boys and sticks.
I know, but what you've seen the looks I get.
Yeah. But they just ignore them, don't you?
Is it because of the way I dress? Because I'm a golf with a stick?
Probably. I will dangle a couple of skulls from it.
You know what? Just because someone looks the way I do doesn't mean they don't have a disability. I'm not going to dress like everyone else just because I'm like, oh, my back hurts. Actually, this is helping. Of course it's all good. Of course it's all really good.
And how many people out there know that Gene Vincent couldn't actually stand properly?
Yeah, he must have used the handicap tools as well.
He had calipers on his legs because his dispatch rider during the Second World War and his legs got smashed up.
Yeah, actually, if you have a bad back, try a corset. Because it sorts out your posture.
So,
Bit of information for you. Informative channel.
yeah, we do inform when we can. And also, Primark, I'm going to tell you something. Primark don't want to know. If you find something that is marked,
Ah, yes. They give you money off.
yes. Most people don't get it because Primark's cheap. But if you've got something...
Dumbo's not, but I want Dumbo.
If a kid has grabbed something with ice creamy hands or something and it's marked, you will get money off it.
I bought a top in there, the red one, Mickey Mouse one. And it still got it on there. You couldn't get it off, could you?
What?
That mark that was on it.
What did get off?
Did you? It was marked, and it was quite severely marked. It had like a mark here, and it was quite big.
I think it had got caught around someone's buggy wheel or something.
Yeah, probably. They don't care in there. And I took it to the till, and it was about a £5, and I said, I'm not paying £5 for it when it's damaged. And they said, well, not 50p. I went, no, it's still £3.50. No, £4.50. I went, I don't want to pay £4.50 for it. And they went, well, you can give it to you for £2. I paid £2 for it, yeah.
And a couple of Halloweens ago, I was going to karaoke as a village person.
She's told you about it.
And I needed a pair of mirrored sunglasses, which I got marked down £2.50 because the lenses were scratched.
But I've found, I've been in there, and it's that great feeling when you take something to the till, and it's marked up full price. You take it to the till and it's not, and you're like, that's the best feeling ever.
But then there's that terrible feeling when you go around and you're happily filling up your basket, and then you get to the till and go, 55 ain't.
But that always happens. You know, you could buy in stuff.
You
put
go
something
in there for one thing.
and then you're looking at it totaling up, and you're fine. And then you see something, and you think, hang on, that's £3. £1? And you're just like, yes, yeah, that's the result. The amount of times I've been in there and done that. Remember that time when you went in there and you must have got like 5 items that were reduced, and I was like, that wasn't that price.
But I got a pair of slippers. They're like slipper socks. It was 10p.
I got some socks that were 10p.
Most comfortable things ever I wore on my Lanzarote.
What was it I was going to say? Can't remember.
They're a bit weird.
Oh, yeah.
They're grey with hearts on, but they're really
I have a jumper. It's a brilliant jumper. Love it. Disney jumper. It doesn't anymore, but it used to light up. But one of them, the light stopped working on it. So I went in the shop. They wouldn't take it back because my mum didn't have a receipt. So something bad. Why are you shaking your head? I don't know. What? I just did something bad. I'm not going to say what I did.
But
And then, hang on, and then I got another one. And that one, the wire snapped.
and also you can't wash it.
I love it. It's my favourite jumper. I mean, I've got a Minnie Mouse one. I've got an Olaf one. I've got my Disney one. I've got one with a reindeer on it as well. So I've got four Christmas jumpers. I'm set for Christmas. 4 Christmas jumpers. But the Disney one really annoyed me because it was my favourite jumper and I wore it to work. And it was lighting up and everyone was like, oh, your jumper's amazing. I was like, I know. Yeah.
I suppose we could always put some more in the dim lights.
Yeah. But it's finding the gaps.
That's where you can.
Eyes. She needs me eyeballs. She knows sometimes I actually just put them out and give them to you and then put them back afterwards.
I mean, one time when she was working at Miss Selfridge, it was a sparkle.
Oh yeah, that was funny, that was. I had lights on my head. I had this bow on a band. I don't think I've got that anymore actually. There's a big bow, big spotty bow on a hairband. And I love that bow. And Mum said, what are you wearing to the sparkle here? Well, I probably want my new bow. She was like, alright then, give it to me. I was like, I don't want to give it to you, it's mine. She give it to me. Give it to her. She put lights on it.
And what did they say about it?
They loved it, and she put the battery pack inside the bow so you couldn't see it. And I was standing there, and my boss came in, and I went, look, and she's like, oh, it's amazing. And then when I was working at Cyberdog, I did it again at Christmas. And they're like, oh, it's amazing. I was like, I know. And yeah, everyone was like, oh wow. And I was like, I know, it's cool, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah, because I'm insane.
A lot of people actually commented on that, but then a lot of people actually commented on my jumper, my Christmas jumper that I got from Primark.
She's got a Christmas dress.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell the story of the Christmas dress.
I got it from when I was working at one of the sex shops.
And
And it wasn't the one I wanted. I wanted the Leg Avenue one that had the reindeers on it. And it had a reindeer there. And it had like ribbons up the sides. And it had reindeers. I think it had reindeers on the skirt as well. Anyway, I wanted that one. And we did order that one in. But I didn't get that one. I got this crappy little piece of crap from Classified. And it was horrible. It had like bra straps. So it's like that. Red. It had bit of fluff here that come to here. It was up here. Now anybody that knows me knows that I like my cleavage showing. It's not a bad thing, is it? I have big boobs, so generally I like my cleavage hanging out. I was gifted. I'm going to show it. So I wasn't too happy that it came up to here. It was very, very long as well. It came down to my knees.
And it had D-rings.
Anybody that knows me knows that I like short skirts. And not long skirts. Well, come to my knee. My knee is too long. If it comes to my knee, I'm not wearing it.
It had D-rings.
Hang on, I haven't finished it. It has to be mid-thigh. At least. Yeah, at least mid-thigh. Maximum, I don't know. I don't really have a maximum, I don't think. But, yeah, mid-thigh at least. and it wasn't. It was down to my knees. It was a raw edge. It was horrible, and it had D-rings down the front, which were crisscrossed with ribbon. Now,
D-rings were on ribbon as well.
Ribbon frays, and their D-rings were held on with ribbon. Ribbon frays. It was fraying around the edges of the crisscrosses. It was fraying around where the D-rings were, and the D-rings were falling off. It was horrible. It was disgusting. I hated it. I threw it on the floor and stomped on it and said, I'm not wearing it. So my mum came in, and she's like, what's wrong with it? And I went, well, what's right with it? And she's like, okay. She went, put it on. So I put it on. I don't want to put it on. I was not happy. I was like, and she went, right, it's too long. I went, yeah. She went, it's too high, because it was up to here. And I went, yeah. She went, the straps look like crap. I went, yeah. She went, and that skirt has got a really raw edge to it. And I went,
and the D-rings were falling.
yeah. And she said, and the D-rings are falling off because they held on with ribbon. Who the hell does that? Yeah. So she literally got one of the, she got the dress, she pulled the ribbon, and the ribbon just fell apart. It was that badly made. So I was like, okay, that's great. And she spent about 3 days doing it. And when I got it back, it was cut down here to about here. It had fur on the bra straps. She done a little underskirt for it, so it pokes out a little bit more, because it was like that. It was horrible. It was like a bag. And now it sort of comes out a little bit, so it's more tutu-y. She put up the side of it and pinned a gingerbread man on it.
No, I had to raise the skirt as well, because
I haven't finished yet. So she put a little gingerbread man on it, and she cut the skirt so it was shorter, so it was mid-thigh, which is what I like. She put some chains here and here on it as well, so it was like the Nutcrackers. And she put fur around the skirt, white fluff around the skirt. So now I have an amazing Christmas dress that I love.
And when she went to work, you put lights on that.
Yeah. So that worked. People were impressed with that as well.
But you can't buy her Christmas dress.
No. And people are like, oh, where'd you get Christmas dress from? I'm like, nowhere. And they're like, well, you didn't. No, it was made for me.
Very heavily customised.
I don't say it was customised, I say it was made for me. Because it was. It's like my mum's design. And
the thing is, it was a drop-waisted skirt, and I had raised the skirt to the waist so as it was shorter.
Yeah, but I tell you what, now when I wear it, it's quite a lot shorter, but I like it. I have to wear leggings with it, like. Or very thick tights. Because my bum tries to show. Although I did one year, I wore my socks. I got these socks are awesome. They're like candy canes. And then they got like fluff at the top. I wore them. With my dress.
And one year in Miss Selfridge, she had elf slippers.
I was driving everyone mad because they had bells on them, so they used to ring. And I always run up and down the stairs and it was ching, 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 ching. And it was really funny. And I was wearing my Christmas dress and my elf slippers, and my boss thought it was amazing because she decided to have a pyjama day. And it was on Christmas Eve. And I went, no. I ain't coming in my pyjamas, and I'm coming in wearing my Christmas dress. She's like, okay then. Jordan came in as Father Christmas, didn't he? Like, oh look, it's Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Claus going for a nasty divorce. I hate him. So yeah, that didn't go really well, but
yeah, but he was really upset because he thought you'd be the best dressed.
I was. But when it's so funny actually. I did Sparkle Weekend another year. Actually, I think this is the year of the bow, and I was wearing these shoes, and they're black platforms. I still got them upstairs, and they've got like a bit on the front. You like them ones, don't you? And they're sparkly, so I thought I'd wear them. Yeah, that was fine for about 10 minutes. It didn't last. So I had on this skirt, and I had on my stockings, and I was running around in my stockings, and then my stockings decided they were going to fall down too. So I was like, oh god. Now my stockings are red and black. They have a red seam going up the back. They're Cuban heel ones. If you don't know what Cuban heel is, it's like where you've got like the red bit on the foot and it goes up. It's like that, and the seam goes up, and it's got quite a thick top. I had a suspender belt on, but it didn't work, and the stocking was falling down, and I was just like, oh. Great. And I managed to open about 3 cards that day. Men, all men. All men. And I was actually, one of them was chatting me up while his girlfriend was in the changing room. And he opened a card.
Usually at Christmas, she got quite a lot of attention.
I wonder why. But, yeah.
But the first year she had that dress, it was from the shop where she got it from, and I couldn't really tell it what it, so I stuck a Christmas tree ball on it and a candy cane.
Usually, when when wearing that dress and I'm going to work, because I wear it at work, I usually have to have a cardigan over it, because when I was working at the Selfridge, I got this tattoo done when I was there. And me and Linda both thought it was going to be a bit lower. We thought it was going to be about here. He's up there. So I wear a cardigan and have it like done up. So I had to have like a Christmas brooch to hold it, because I've got big boobs. This is a problem in my life that I've had for many a year. And it doesn't go away.
One job, didn't you, that black borrow was really strong.
That well, like a sparkle again as well.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. But yeah. So I had to wear this cardigan. I had to have a brooch there, and you could still see him. He doesn't like being hidden. He likes to hang out. He's like, "Hi, I'm here," and now I'm not working. He can hang out as much as he wants. Because when I was working in Superdrug, they tried to stop me from wearing. They didn't give me a uniform. And they said, "Oh, you can't wear your own t-shirts." And I was like, "So you want me to come in topless? Is that what's going on here?" And they said, "Oh, no, we'll order you a t-shirt." They never ordered me a t-shirt. They gave me a jacket, a Superdrug jacket, which I have upstairs. And they're not getting it back because they fired me. So they're not getting it back. And they're, "Oh, can you bring your uniform in?" No. They wanted my... Okay. They wanted my discount card, which I told them that I lost because I got mugged. And because I was working nights, so I couldn't give them back that. And they said, "Oh, we'll bring a uniform in." After the way they spoke to me and treated me, they can go and whistle. I ain't giving them nothing back. And then, this is the really insult, right? After I'd finished working there, about a month after, they gave me my last payment of £3. I have been working up until I got COVID-19. That was longer than £3 worth of work, wasn't it? And they gave me £3 and they thought that was okay. That's not okay. And they didn't charge me for my uniform or anything. They were just being...
Swines.
Yes, I was going to say salad tossers, but I decided to go... I wasn't, no. Yeah, so, you know...
That is why Kaylee really hates Superdrug.
They take you for granted. They're not very nice. They're just...
I think it was just that particular branch, because I've known people who worked in...
That branch had a very quick turnover as well, though.
I've known people who worked in Superdrug for years, and...
The girl who I used to work with, Amy, actually, she worked there for about 4 years when Jackie was the boss. As soon as Jackie left, she was there for about 6 months and then she went.
I think it all depends on who you've got as a boss.
But Samira had on it as well, didn't she? She left as well.
Mm.
It was Faisal, because when Jackie was there, everyone was happy. Everyone was like, yeah, you know, Jackie's an awesome boss. And then as soon as she got transferred and we got Faisal, everyone was just like, no.
Yeah, well, look what you've done with the Christmas cracker.
And then he said, when I was in the Mississippi and fired, he said, "Oh, this is like my last year here because I'm leaving next year." Because he's being transferred somewhere else because he's a useless boss. Yeah, we won the Christmas cracker because we was like, obviously, you got beauty cards and stuff, and whoever got the most. Now I was cheating and giving people discounts. Shh, don't tell anyone. With the cards, and we managed to get the Christmas cracker because we got the most cards, and we was doing the best customer service and everything else. It was me. And although people were saying I wasn't good at customer service because I didn't give them bags, but they still got their own, that's beyond the point. The point is that we won the Christmas cracker. Andy?
Something else.
We didn't see any of the... We were supposed to go out for a meal. And, like, we were supposed to have done a few things with the Christmas cracker. We were supposed to get a bonus and such. He pocketed the money. We didn't see anything. We didn't go out for Christmas. Now, granted, it was a mainly Muslim shop. But there was me, Rihanna, and Cullum. 3 Christians working there.
You must be okay because it's upstairs.
So surely they should have done something for us 3 who celebrate Christmas. Now, I know that the rest of them didn't, but I think that is discrimination. They didn't do anything for us at all. Nothing. We didn't get anything. We didn't. When Jackie was there, we went out for a meal at Christmas. But when Faisal took over, there was nothing. And there was 3 Christians working there. It was me, Cullum and Rihanna. And they should have done something for us, but they didn't. He pocketed the money, so no one got their bonus. So, and he wanted to fire Rihanna and Cullum as well. So then he would never have to do anything for Christmas. He was rude as well. I mean, I had this training that I had to do. And I'm really crap with technology. Everybody knows I don't know anything.
And you are doing a YouTube video.
Yeah, but I don't edit because I don't know how. What is going on there?
Well, Angie's upstairs. All the rest are asleep in the living room.
No, one of them's making a noise. I don't know who it is. But...
Him, Tiggy, with his worm.
Oh, God. What was I saying?
You're saying about... I don't know.
That's great.
Yeah, you can't do editing because you don't know it.
Yeah, that's it. And we had this thing we had to do, and it was to do with training. Now, I have an MVQ in customer service, and I know what I'm doing. And it was like, oh, you've got to do this training, you've got to do this training, you've got to do this training. I was like, fine. And I said, can I come into the shop and you can help me do the training? Yeah, sure. Every day I went into the shop, I went, oh, no, I can't do this like this. He wasn't doing anything, he was sitting in the office. Oh, no, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. I was like, come in tomorrow an hour early. I was like, no. I went, I have stuff I have to do. I said, I've got a mother that I have to look after when I'm not here. I said, and you want me to come in an hour early? I said, it's not going to happen. My mum, anyway, she sent me in an hour early because you need to get your training done. I went in an hour early. Oh, for God's sake, I can't do it. Oh, no, I've got to do this, I was so annoyed. So my training was late getting in. And he finally done it with me on the shop floor for 10 minutes. Like, you wanted me to come in an hour early. It's taken 10 minutes. He went, yeah, well, I need to talk to you about something. And I was like, oh, here we go again. And he took me upstairs and went, your card numbers are down. I went, have you tried getting cards? I went, no, you haven't. He went, oh, I was on the till and I got 3 star buys. I was like, because you knew the person that you was selling them to. And I called him out and he didn't like that. And he went, your star buy numbers are down. I went, 10. I got 10 last week. I said, my numbers are down. I went, when everyone else is getting 4. I got 10. You don't care about that though, do you? And he was being a complete pain in the bum. And also we had to sell SIM cards. And if our SIM card numbers were down, we got hell. Didn't we? And he was like, you haven't sold any SIM cards this week. I went, have you tried? Yeah, I've sold loads. I went, no, Faisal, you haven't. I said, because we got the lowest number in the area. I said, so don't give me that. But the thing is, we had EE opposite. They sell actual, like, proper SIM cards and phones. We had Virgin just down the way. We had Vodafone just down the way. We had all these other we had all these other shops. It was just like, yeah, it's not going to happen. If you work somewhere in a Superdrug that hasn't got any of the other phone shops nearby, you would sell a SIM card. We had phone shops everywhere. It was almost impossible. I mean, I sold 2, 3, 4, about 5 when I was working there, which isn't great, but it's better than nothing. And it was so hard. But, you know, I did my training, and then every time I got training, he was like, oh, you need to do this. I couldn't log in. My account had been blocked somehow. And he was like, oh, your email's this, your email's this. I was just like, you're overloading me with information that I don't understand. I mean, don't talk to me for a minute. And he said I was being rude because he was like shouting at me, and I was just like, I can't deal with you right now. I said, just give me a minute. And he said I was being rude because I told him not to talk to me for a minute. I was trying to clear my line because he was like going on and on and on at me. So I was just like, don't. And I did. He gave me all my information, my trading details and everything, and I was like, fine, I'll do it at home. You need to do it now. I went, I don't need to do it now. I said, it's not due until next week. And went, no, it's due in now and next week. And he made me do it early in the shop floor.
Look at how rude he was to me.
I know, he made me do it on the shop floor. When I was trying to serve customers.
He phoned up and went, give me Kaylee.
To have a go at me, probably.
I'm afraid she's not in at the moment.
Was
she's
I?
on her way to work.
Oh.
What's your problem? And he said, I want Kaylee. I was like, well, she's on her way in. And that was to me.
I was always getting in trouble. I mean, he said I was late. I was never, ever, ever late. I either got there on time. Oh, hang on. No, I was late once or twice. And that wasn't actually my fault. That was traffic. But I was either there on time or I was there early. And I got there an hour early before actually I went in on my day off as well. And I was like, well, and then, oh, you can stay or you can go home. And I was like, well, ideally, I want to go home. I said, but, you know, you can ask Faisal. And he went, oh, I'll tell Faisal that you're here. And he went, oh, she can stay. Not, can you stay? She can stay.
Funniest one was when we went out over Christmas and it was your day off. And he said he wanted you to stay, and I went, well, do I stay with her?
Yeah. And, that time when I was really sick, do you remember when I met you? I was actually sick? Yeah. Right, this is a funny thing. I went to work, and I don't know what happened, but I was feeling really, really ill. I was so ill. My stomach just was not working for me. I went on the shop floor for like 2 minutes, felt sick, and I had to leave the shop floor. And I said, I can't deal with this at the moment. Now, every time I was at work, I used to buy Cherry Coke. It was my thing because I like Cherry Coke. And I fell on the floor in the back, and I was trying to like sort of climb up the stairs to try and steady myself and get myself up. Matesh, who is an angel, by the way, he came out and he helped me up, and he said, are you okay? I said, I can't breathe. I said, I feel restricted. I said, I'm having real problems. And he sat me down on the stairs, and I said, if I give you the money, can you buy me a bottle of water? He went, don't worry about giving me the money. He went, I'll buy you a bottle of water. And okay, now this is weird for me because I always had Cherry Coke, and everyone was like, oh, she wants water. And he bought me a bottle of water, and I was outside on the stairs, and Faisal was upstairs. This is really bad, actually. Matesh went up and asked him if I could go home. She has to come up and ask me herself. This is a girl who is dying. I was in agony. I couldn't move. She needs to come up and ask me herself. I was laying on the stairs crying. Matesh went back upstairs. She's crying on the stairs. No, she has to come up and ask me herself. So I crawled up the stairs. Literally crawled to the door. I couldn't actually stand up. Knocked on the door and said, I can't move, I breathe, I can't do anything. I said, I feel like I'm going to be sick. I said, I don't know what's wrong with me. So he went, get someone downstairs to sign you out then. Like that. So I've sort of like scooted my bum down the stairs. Bear in mind the stairs are filthy. I didn't care. I was so ill. Matesh came back out and he gave me my water. And I said, can you get someone to sign me out, please? He ran and got someone to sign me out. And I was on the floor, huddled up in a heap. They signed me out, and the guy who signed me out had to help me up. And he said, so you're going to go home then? And I said, yeah. Matesh helped me get my coat on, bless him. He went, are you going to be okay going to the bus stop? Well, I don't really have a choice, do I? Because you've got to stay here and work. It took me 20 minutes to get from the door of Superdrug to the corner, which was about, it's Town Hall, wasn't it? Was in the way, that was it. It would usually take me about 5 seconds. And I got to the bench and I had to sit down and I threw up. It wasn't very pretty. And I rang my mum and I was in tears. When
That's a good one.
I was on, no, I did actually get a bus home.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought,
No,
what's
no.
the last? I get a cab.
I couldn't get a cab because I couldn't afford it, and you couldn't afford it because you was in town anyway. So I know you was going to meet me. That was it, in town, because I was so ill. I was in a state. I was in a right to an 8, and I was so ill. And I got on the bus. Call my mum. Put the phone down. And it was after I put the phone down I was sick because I to my mum, and she went, "Get on the bus. I will meet you in town." She went, "What's happened?" I went, "I don't know." And then as soon as I put the phone down, I was sick. So I got on the bus and I was literally like, I have a bottle of water and I was like sitting there. And you know, motion sickness, yeah, I don't usually suffer from that, but I was sort of like breathing and just drinking my water like, don't do it, you can do this, don't do it, don't be sick, please don't be sick. And I managed to not be sick, which was, I was so impressed with myself. My mum was waiting for me. And I got off the bus and she went, "Jesus Christ." Did I have sick in my hair or something?
No, but you were
Jesus
glowing.
Christ.
You were glowing.
What's glowing?
You're so white, you were glowing. I was there with Mark and we actually saw her before she got off the bus.
And Mark said, "I need to go to Iceland." And I went, you can't go to Iceland because look at her. And I went, and my mum was sort of like half carrying me around Iceland. And I was in such a state. And Mark went, "Is she alright?" And Mum was like, "No." And I told her what happened what happened with Faisal, and she was disgusted. She rang up and had a go at Faisal. What did you say to him? Because I went to bed.
I think you should be ashamed of yourself. She passed out when she got to me, which you did because you actually fell onto Mark, and that's how I knew you weren't.
Yeah, I don't like Mark.
You sort of went, and he caught you. So I said, she actually passed out when she came off the bus. And she could have passed out on her way to the bus stop, not that you cared. I said, you should be ashamed of yourself, you should don't be carrying stuff. And he went, how do I know that happened? I went, because I'm telling you. Are you calling me a liar? And he said, well, I don't know. I said, okay, fine. Next day he came, was okay, and we went to Ilford.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, are you going to call me a liar now? I'm standing in front of you.
And he went, how can she recover so quickly?
I said, because it's called a woman's problem. It's called a period pain, but you wouldn't know about that because you're now.
I don't know that it was though, because I
don't think it was, but it doesn't matter.
I was in a lot of pain and I was huddled over on the stairs, crying my eyes out, and he did nothing.
And he looked at me and went, every month, a lady's ovaries release eggs, and every month those old eggs have to be flushed out. So
I bet you love that.
blood comes down, and the lining of the womb with the eggs in it comes away, and it comes out of her vagina in the form of a period where blood comes out, and it's usually got clots because that's the dead eggs, and it's like. and that causes hormonal problems. It causes a lot of pain because the womb's contracting and expanding to expel whatever's in it. And
don't screw with my mum.
It makes you hot and uncomfortable. You get a temperature. You feel like passing out because you're losing more blood than usual, and it's not very nice. And this happens to women every month, and sometimes it's not too bad, but we've got endometriosis. We don't know what we have. We've got endometriosis. That's very, very painful. It's very, very nasty, and that's why she was ill. And he was like, okay.
So yeah, but
And he actually apologised.
he was not a very nice boss. And when I told him that I couldn't go in due to period pains, he went, women get that every month. Yeah, women get that every month, but not every woman is sick with them. Not every woman is in agony with them. Not every, there's so many things that he was wrong about, and he wouldn't have it that he was wrong about anything, and that really annoyed me. And he was married, so he should know. But obviously, he didn't care about his wife.
Yeah, but he didn't like it very much when I gave him a biology lesson.
Well, she is a nurse, so
I'm female.
and she's female, so. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna shut this video off now because it's an hour and 5 minutes.
It expands and contracts like this, and I think it was one of the young Asian guys there. I don't know whether it was Tesh or
Shidel.
And I'm standing there going like this, and he's like,
You call him Side Saddle.
yeah, and he's standing there going, and yeah, it's like this. And
He
he's
got
like,
fired as well.
you know, really? Yeah.
Could have been Matesh though.
I don't know.
Did he have long hair?
Long-ish.
That's probably Matesh.
One of them had like a side part, and it was all
That was Shidel.
it was all sort of like swept over like Starsky like, and then you had the other one slightly longer hair, and he looked a bit more fashionable, and
Scruffy though, right?
yeah, and
that
I'm
was
going like
Matesh.
this, and I'm doing all the actions of that, and he's going.
No, Matesh was my friend, and he used to walk me to the bus stop. He was sweet.
Yeah. Gives you no respect for women, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, Matesh was my friend, and he used to walk me to the bus stop, and like in evenings times because I didn't like walking to the bus stop on my own after I got mugged.
Yeah, but then at the other place, at the other Savers,
Faisal.
Faisal used to get on the bus with you and come home with you because he lived down the road.
Yeah, that was nice. Faisal used to walk me to the bus stop and get on the bus with me, and he used to say goodbye and see you tomorrow, like.
Yeah, and he only lived about 2 stops down the road, so he always used to get
He
the bus
didn't
over.
always, and he was going out with his friends. He used to get the train, and I was have to go fend for myself. But
He always took us to the bus stop, though.
no, he didn't.
He told me he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he told me fibs. But then I used to
About-
torment him.
3 times he didn't.
I used to torment him, and I used to say, you could come out with us. Say you're out with 2 attractive women, and only you
But
know.
I
that-
think-
only you know whether that's true or not.
It was quite funny because when we used to get on the bus, and it was me, him, and Perry. That was a nightmare.
So, yeah, you can say you was out with 2 wildly attractive women, and only you will know the truth.
But
And he was like,
it was quite funny when I went out, and it was me, Perry, and Faisal. And I mean, when I went for my interview, it was hell because I was talking to Dan and Gary, who are my bosses, and I'm going out for a cigarette. And they're, okay, we'll come with you. And we went over the road, over where the bus was, sat on the wall, and I talking to him, and I was just like, this is surreal. I was like, you're my managers, and they're like, yeah. And we were talking about wrestling, and it's just like, this is not normal. And I was like, okay.
yeah, and CM Punk had asked you out.
Yeah, and I was just like talking about like the wrestling and that, and they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's good. I was just like, this is mad. And I was like, you supposed to be friends with your bosses? No, but what the hell? I'll just go with it. And I actually made really good friends with Dan, who was one of my bosses, and we used to go out. He used to vape and I used to smoke. And when I got there, because I used to go in there in the morning sometimes and open up with Dan, and he would go out for a vape and I would go out for a cigarette, and we'd just stand out there and talk. It was nice.
So, we're going to end this video here after ranting about work. Have you ever really had a horrible job where you hated your boss and your boss hated you? Please comment. Please let us know. We want to know that we're not alone in
I've
suffering.
had some nice bosses as well, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
We want to
completely
know that we're
bossist.
not alone in suffering. So please, like, subscribe, comment, do what you can.
Have you had any bosses that you like?
Mm.
Let
And
me know.
until then, be kind and considerate. And until tomorrow, this has been Tales.
From the toilet.
Bye.